entertain a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the upgrade of County Road 1025 from rock to oil sand with the understanding that today's budget amendment is the final transfer in reference to all precincts from the capital improvement funds for the 2019-2020 budget year to be used for road upgrades to be done at the county's expense.
Second.
Got a second? Is it 1025, not 1125?
It's 1025.
1025, okay. Okay, I got a motion second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 11, upgrade of approximately 3,608 feet of County Road 2712 from rock to oil sand in precinct 2 at the county's expense.
Yeah, I make a motion that we upgrade the County Road 2712 from rock to oil.
Second.
I assume the same stipulation is
Yes,
that Eric read on the previous one.
yes, sir.
Got a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 12, the upgrade of approximately 3,316 feet of County Road 2508 from rock to oil sand in precinct 2 at county's expense.
Also make a motion to approve 2508 from rock to oil sand.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 13, the upgrade of approximately 3,168 feet of County Road 3508 from rock to oil sand in precinct 3 at county's expense.
I make a motion, we allow this upgrade with the normal, or the stipulations under number 10. Also, I would like to point out, if I may have discussion.
Sure.
Would like to point out in reference to all this road upgrades that we are doing, that we were given a certain amount in reference to take care of this, and I appreciate the judge allowing this to be done. But we need to remember this, that any monies there at that point should not exceed the money that was given to us. And like I said, I would like to thank the other commissioners and the judge for any of this upgrade. Thank you.
Well, I think we're trying to do our job and get our roads in better shape, and I appreciate the court taking the effort to try to make our roads better and better traveled, and we're using, just for the record, we're using this money out of our capital improvement account to do capital improvements to some of these roads to give a better ride surface and to get some of our rock roads changed from rock to oil sand that are heavily traveled. So it's an attempt to better our road system as much as we can with the budget ability that we have. So, Commissioner, did you make a motion to approve 13?
Yes, sir, with the stipulations of number 10 also.
Okay, and a second?
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion. What? Okay. At this time, we'll take a 10-minute recess. Is that long enough?
Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us to come here and meet and discuss community budgets and problems and agenda. We ask you to bless this great country. We ask you, those that have lost loved ones, or please care for them. We thank you for everything that you have done for us. We pray for understanding, patience with each other, and wisdom. That we do the right thing in Christ's name. Amen.
We have audio yet? Okay. This time I'll call the meeting to order. We have Commissioner Evans, Strait, Martin, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall. I'll be presiding over the meeting. Commissioner, you have the minutes from our July 28, 2020 regular session in front of you. I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any comments? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Normally at this time we have a public testimony. Since we're being broadcast, we're going to give it some time for people to comment. If you want to go to our website, you can email us either a comment that will be read to the court, or if you want to address the court, you can email the phone number you want to be called on, and at an appropriate time we will call that number and allow you to speak to the court. There's no old business. New business, the consent calendar. Commissioners, you have the consent calendar in front of you. I'd entertain a motion of approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 1, a resolution extending or modifying the April 28, 2020 COVID-19 related resolution and social distancing guidelines to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Commissioners, you have that handed out to you. The only changes is to the date, to extend the current orders we have until, extend it till August 27th, 25th, okay. So we'll, the only change to our current resolution is extending the date. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 2, the quarterly report of the City of Commerce Animal Shelter. I know you have it in your packet. I reviewed it. It sure looks like they don't have as many animals in our jurisdiction as what they've claimed in the past, so they haven't asked for any additional funding this year.
No.
Okay. Entertain a motion for approval, action item number 2.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, any discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. A resolution of the Hunt County Commissioners Court, Hunt County, Texas, approving the decommission of the Hunt County Jail Annex. Commissioners, our last 2 jail inspections has identified the generator at the annex, which is the metal building behind this building over here off the, was that Crockett, I think? Mm-hmm. And it's always been certified for inmate trustees only. No other inmates could stay over except trustees. It's kind of like a minimum security facility. The generator, I won't tell you the right numbers, but it's like the generator's required to come on in 5 seconds, and it kicks on in like 8 seconds or 10 seconds. So they told us we have to replace it at $25,000. We're no longer using it even currently because of the not taking the federal inmates anymore. So we have chosen not to repair it, and at the last inspection, the jail commission said we either have to fix it or we got to decommission it. And the sheriff and I agree that we should just decommission it. and they can use it then for storage or other uses, and we don't have any intention of ever occupying it. We're prohibited from occupying it now, so that's what this action is, and we need the action of the court, so we can send that to the jail commission saying we're requesting them to decommission it. So I'd entertain a motion for approval of action item number 3.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 4 will be, we're gonna table it till the next meet.
Yes, sir. I talked with Robert Lake yesterday, and he had just a few more things to finish the audit, and so we discussed going ahead and moving it. I think y'all call it moving it to old business.
Yes,
for,
it'll be an old
next
business
time.
on the next
He'll be here in
agenda.
2 weeks to present it if y'all like for him to be here.
Okay, we'll move it to, the August, was that be the 25th meeting?
Be August 25th, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Action item number 5, fund balance policy for the general fund and the commissioner's fund. Commissioners, we've discussed this at various times, and I believe the consensus has been that we need to adopt a new fund balance policy. We're not even sure what our current one says. I think we have a policy, but I'm not sure it's even written down, but we want a formal written fund balance policy, and I recommend 25% for our general fund and 15% for our commissioner's fund balances. So I guess I'll make that a motion to approve a fund balance policy for the general fund of 25% and the commissioner's fund of 15%.
Second.
Got a motion and second. Any questions, discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 6, optional fee form for the Texas motor vehicles. If you've looked that form over, it's just saying if we take no action, and we'll leave our fees the same, and I think we're at the maximum of most all of them anyway. So entertain a motion for the approval to not change the fee form for motor vehicles, or not
So-
change the fees for the motor vehicles.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 7, donating a 2009 Chevrolet Cobalt to the City of Point Police Department. Talked to Buddy, and I think it's been in your packet that they've been working with Point on some other deals, and we got this on from a seizure, I think a year or 2 ago, and the sheriff wants to donate that to the police department down in Point. I'd entertain a motion for approval, action number 7.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 8, an order designating certain real property within Hunt County as reinvestment zone to be known as Hunt County Investment Zone 9. I assume this is just another one, we're trying to correct them to the numbers from their names, or is this a whole new?
No, this is for the Belltown Solar.
Okay.
Facility out off of 34.
Okay,
This is which one?
it's for the Belltown.
Belltown, the solar plant.
Yes.
I've now got copies for everybody of the new documents if y'all want them.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, could you let us see those, please?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I know Belltown was here. Do y'all have any comments before we go?
addressed the court a couple of weeks ago. I think we're just here to answer questions that you guys may have.
Okay. Commissioners, have y'all seen this before?
Not since this.
Heather, you wanna kinda briefly go over it for us, so
Okay.
hit the high points for us, if you
Yeah,
don't?
so essentially, this is creating a new tax reinvestment zone. I don't know how I said before, but they're going to put a big new solar facility. The intent is they're gonna put about $50 million into the county, and then we're gonna update. We're gonna abate their taxes, and they're gonna pay us a payment in lieu of that taxation. So if they're able to put $50 million in, their payment's gonna be about $800 per megawatt for the facility over the course of 10 years.
Is that gonna be calculated on the capacity or on the actual generation?
On the capacity.
On the capacity,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Commissioner, you got any questions? Any discussion?
Reinvestment. We have to have this as a reinvestment before we can go on and approve a tax abatement. You agree?
Yeah, that's why we've got it listed, so.
Yes.
But I just wanna make sure we got all the information before we move forward. If anybody's got any other discussions, we've ought to get it answered now before we move forward. I entertain a motion for approval of action item number 8.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 9, a resolution of the Hunt County Commissioners Court approving the tax abatement agreement with BT Signal Ranch LLC. Twelve. 13. So we just go back to number 10, start over?
Yes, sir. You're like.
Okay, it's now 10:35 and we're back in regular session after taking a short break for technical difficulties. We apologize that the live stream was not on our website, was not broadcasting. We've allowed enough time to replay the recording of it. If you have any comments from any of the action that was taken during that time, please send an email to our get on our website, send an email, and make any comments you wish to make. And if it affects anything that we did during that time frame and you didn't have the opportunity to speak, we'll back up and readdress those issues after hearing comments from the public. We'll now start at action item number 10. The upgrade of approximately 3,400 feet of County Road 1025 from rock to oil sand precinct 1 at county's expense.
I would like to make the motion to approve the upgrade of County Road 1025 from rock to oil sand with the understanding that today's budget amendment is the final transfer in reference to all precincts from the capital improvement funds for the budget year 2019-2020 to be used for the road upgrades to be done at county expense.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 11, the upgrade of approximately 3,608 feet of County Road 2712 from rock to oil sand in precinct 2 at the county's expense.
I'll make a motion, we upgrade 2712 from rock to oil sand at the county's expense, with the same stipulations as 10.
How many feet?
3,608 feet.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 12, the upgrade of approximately 3,316 feet of County Road 2508 from rock to oil sand precinct 2 at county's expense.
I'll make a motion that we upgrade County Road 2508, approximately 3,316 feet from rock to oil sand with the same stipulation as 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 13, upgrade of approximately 3,168 feet, County Road 3508 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 3 at county's expense.
Judge, I make a motion that we allow this upgrade to be done. I would like to thank the judge and all the other commissioners in reference to the funding of these roads, and also with the same stipulations as in action item number 10.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second. I'll just make the comment that for the public to know that we're using our capital improvement funds to buy the upgrade material to get our roads in better shape, and we're getting roads that are from rock where it has the dust issues and are heavily traveled to get them to oil surface where there'll be a better riding service for the public. I'll entertain, we got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 14, upgrade of approximately 2,022 feet of County Road Hillcrest from rock to oil sand Precinct 3 at county's expense.
I make a motion that we allow this construction and upgrade to be done with the same stipulations as in action item number 10.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 15, the upgrade of approximately 1,980 feet of County Road Hiawatha from rock to oil sand Precinct 3 at county's expense.
I make a motion that we allow this upgrade to take place with the same stipulations as in action item number 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 16, upgrade of approximately 792 feet of County Road Crazy Horse from rock to oil sand Precinct 3 at county's expense.
I make a motion that we allow this upgrade to take place with the same stipulations as in action item number 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Upgrade of approximately 730 feet of County Road 4519 from rock to oil sand Precinct 4. Monies in escrow.
Make a motion to approve County Road 4519 from rock to oil sand, 730 feet. Money is in escrow.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Upgrade of approximately 8,000 feet of County Road 4109 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve County Road 4109 from oil sand, or from rock to oil sand, 8,000 feet with enormous stipulations as number 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 19, upgrade of approximately 374 feet of County Road 4309 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 4 at the county's expense.
Make a motion to approve County Road 4309 from rock to oil sand, 374 feet with same stipulations as number 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 20, the upgrade of approximately 1,056 feet from County Road 4112 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve County Road 4112 from rock to oil sand, 1,056 feet with the same stipulations as number 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 21, upgrade of approximately 1,584 feet of County Road 4122 from dirt to rock in Precinct 4 at county's expense.
Make a motion to approve County Road 4122 from rock, or from dirt to rock, 1,584 feet with the same stipulations as number 10. And I want to make a note on 21 and 22. Both of these have houses that's on these dirt roads, and that's why we're requesting to upgrade these.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 22, the upgrade of approximately 1,215 feet of County Road 4611 from dirt to rock in Precinct 4 at the county's expense.
Make a motion to approve County Road 4611, dirt to rock, 1,215 feet with same stipulations, number 10.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Request Before we do that, let's, we got any, Daniel sent anything? We got any comment, no public comments? Okay, action item number 23, the request of a building line variance of County Road 4407, Precinct 4. Commissioner Harrison? you
Well, I
want-
was hoping Daniel was gonna be here because we've discussed this. The information's in your packet. The first hurdle we come to is we thought this was also across the state line, the building line for the state. They sent a letter saying that it is not across their building line. The second one was, I think it's 11 feet or 12 feet across the county's building line that we require, and they're asking the variance for that instead of moving this house. They tried to sell it. At the time of closing, they realized that, or they were notified that it was across the state and the county's building line. And so they're just asking for a variance just on the county side.
Well, this is a new subdivision that was created for them to put a house in?
No,
Or
sir,
not?
it's just on the side of FM 2874 and County Road 4407.
Well, we just recently approved that plat. Didn't we?
It's been a while back,
Has it?
yes.
What is the request? How many feet, if I may?
13 and 11.
What, do what?
13 and 11, I believe.
13.6 and 11.9 over.
Yeah, and part of it's in a drainage and utility easement along the county road. I mean, it's a manufactured home. You know, it can't be that hard for them to move it. Who requested the variance? Property owner or?
Yeah, the property owners.
So they're not gonna occupy it, or they just?
They're trying to sell it. They purchased the home, moved it in there, and then trying to sell it now.
The house and
Yeah,
everything?
yes, everything. I attached the email that was sent to me requesting this in there as well. It kind of gives a little background to it.
What's your pleasure?
So more or less, it's an investment property for them. They never lived there, never intended to, correct?
My understanding.
I think, to be honest with you, I think they lived there for maybe a couple of weeks and then moved out. They did occupy it for a very short amount of time.
You know, I guess my concern is if, you know, with it being new construction, you know,
Since
they certainly should have known better. And
Yeah.
we don't, if we start doing too many of these, then we're gonna have to do it for everybody, and we might as well not bother planning.
That's true.
I'm concerned that we can't enforce our rules if we don't enforce them.
My question would be this, basically, the people that put it in there, moved it in there, why wouldn't they have checked? It seems to me like they would have to remove it.
I think it'd be their responsibility to fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was mine and they put it out there and they put it in the wrong spot, I'd expect them to move it.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion. Action item 23 fails for lack of a motion. Action item number 24, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2526, Precinct 2.
I make a motion, we approve, Farmers Electric going across there under usual stipulations.
Second.
You got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 25, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 2596 in Precinct 2.
I make a motion, we approve the distribution facilities across 2596 for Farmers Electric under usual stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 26, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities across County Road 3318 in Precinct 3.
I make a motion that we allow this to be done with the normal stipulations.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 27, the final plat for Gary Smith Estates in Precinct 1.
Make a motion to approve the final plat for Gary Smith Estates.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 28, the final plat for Calvin Estates in Precinct 1.
I'll make a motion we approve the final plat for the Calvin Estates in Precinct 1.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 29, the final plat for Anna Ranchettes in Precinct 4.
Make a motion to approve the final plat for Anna Ranchettes.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Ask for comment, please.
Sure.
I've got a question about one, and I probably would have noticed it except for it's on the very front page when you open your AP.
Uh-huh.
There's a stray animal expense.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Can we not pay that this time and visit the sheriff's office about that? They charged us $6,605 to capture 19 goats.
And then housed them for what, 18 days or something?
I don't know, but I mean that's
I saw the
pretty
invoice.
absorbent.
I don't remember how many days. It was quite a few days. I don't know why, if they're harder to get rid of or what. And he took extra help for them to catch them. I think they had extra manpower, didn't they? Didn't they charge us for extra help on that one?
Right.
And they didn't go past that? I don't remember how many days they charged us for. That's why I just knew it was quite a few days, but
Do what?
per day, yeah.
And that's allowable by our sheriff's department, or
Is it, is that a sheriff's direction or is that a constable's direction? Sheriff's? I'm good with having additional discussion before we pay it.
very good.
Y'all
Say
okay?
that again.
I'm okay with holding back on that, approving that, payment until, and have a discussion with the sheriff's department about it.
I will make a motion. May I amend my motion?
Sure.
I'll make a motion that we pay the bills excluding that particular one until, in reference, do you know what it was called?
It was the payment to, who was it?
Hunt County Livestock Impound.
Hunt County Livestock Impound.
In reference to that, bills be set aside to where we can find out more about it, please.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We heard anything from public on anything?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Daniel's asking me to send a map of the proposed solar farm to a Mr. Eric Smith,
Okay,
so, yeah.
all right. On the payables, did we put that on our agenda for Friday posting? Amanda?
The accounts payable?
Yes.
I'd have to go back and look. Let me see.
Okay. Who's gonna talk to the sheriff? You want me to do it, or
I mean, it doesn't matter.
you know more about it than I do?
I don't know what their contract is, or if they.
Yeah, I don't either.
I tell you, might ask the gentleman out there in the hall, he might have some message in reference to that or some information.
Probably got
I don't
most
wanna drag him into it right
front
now.
page of it. She's gonna talk about that.
Let's see,
Very front door.
while she's checking, let's go on to approval of line item transfers.
Accounts payable.
Make a motion to approve line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion to approve budget amendments.
Second.
Got a motion and second.
Comment on that.
Sure.
On budget adjustment, 001415.
Okay.
What is that for?
What is it?
What page is it on there?
This is the page one,
Transfers.
the bottom.
That is one where
Oh, it's transfers.
we are transferring money from capital improvement into Commissioners Harrison's budget to cover the cost of the enterprise. It's also what we're having to do is turn around and transfer cash from capital improvement into his budget to cover any the budget amendment also.
Okay, it was my understanding whenever we began the budget, whenever we began the enterprise lease, that it was gonna be paid from contingency.
What we did in order to track expenditures is to make the transfer and pay it out of Commissioner Harrison's budget so that he can be able to track what it was costing him, so that in the preparation of the 2021 budget, that he would have an idea of how it's affecting his budget.
I think what we said was, my recollection, we just weren't gonna hit any department's, normal budgets, that the county was gonna absorb the cost of that. I don't remember about saying out of contingency, but it would have had to come out of contingency or somewhere else, so,
So do the other three precincts also receive that 24,000?
not unless you got the enterprise vehicles.
And so,
I mean, we all voted to go to the enterprise vehicles.
we did, but, little did we know that it was gonna be 24,000 to one precinct and the other three not get anything. And then the first.
Y'all chose not to get anything.
And so we also chose, I would argue that, that my three vehicles that I've gotten have not cost other than the fuel, have not cost anything in that time period. So I would argue that each of the other three precincts would also be due the 24,000 out of capital improvements.
Well, I'd make the argument back, then every other department in the county should get additional money because of the departments that have ordered it. So we're gonna give everybody additional money?
Well, and that kind of goes to the,
I mean, the whole point, going to it was to ultimately save money. And I'm sure I made the comments
So-
at the time that early on, it's not gonna be, we won't see the cost savings until down the road.
so in this year's budget, are we gonna move the enterprise funds to his budget line item for vehicle lease instead of paying for it out of capital improvements?
I think that was the intention originally.
Okay.
Talking about 2021 coming
Yes.
up? Yeah, we have that in his budget for 2021.
So it will no longer be paid out of contingency or capital improvements. It's gonna be coming out directly out of that department's budget, correct?
Yes, sir, that's my understanding.
Understand this, that I knew that at the first that we were putting it, in reference to contingency, basically until we could figure out who was all gonna do what. Then it was gonna be put in each precinct budget.
As you bought the vehicles.
Pardon?
As you bought the vehicles.
Yeah, sir, let me
Yes.
explain. We have, first of all, Commissioner Harrison was the first to order, and his vehicles ran a little bit late because of the fact that, of COVID and everything. And what Stacy did, she and I decided on, is we would not do anything with anybody's budget. We would go ahead and pay it out of their budget, but we would not make the transfers until we had a handle on the dollar amount, so that we didn't go in and just we couldn't make budget adjustments ahead of time and give them more money than what it's going to cost. So we had to see what the cost was first, and then knowing that we had contingency money, and then go back and put the budget into each person's account that had enterprise. And I also think that we've done it, I think, with the maintenance department, didn't we, Stacy? Where they had a couple of vehicles where we took it out of contingency and then turned around and put it into the capital improvement, then put it into the maintenance department also to take, so that he was not out any for this year. Now, going into next year, what we have is we've got all sorts of issues, not knowing dates when vehicles are going to be received, but we have in the fund, in the organization 2800, we have several $1,000s budgeted in one category, so that as people receive their vehicles, we will have to deal with each one of them individually as to where their budget is and as to how much enterprise money we give, and that would be under the direction of the judge and the court when we make those budget adjustments during the year.
Okay?
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
In reference to budgets, budgetary authority, as far as the authority in reference to paying for these leases, I was of the understanding that that would be in those that budgeted in those precincts or whatever the departments that they would pay for whatever they leased. And therefore, I understand that it is in this budget that we're working on for 2021. On the other hand, those that chose, and I've talked to several people across, there were a lot of these that did this and a lot of precincts that did not go into this agreement with them because they didn't see that it was proper for them to do so. Now, I'm of the understanding that we work on this budget and we're still working on it. That money, that rental money will be taken from that person's budget. And that's it. And the thing about it is, this is not a county-wide deal. Basically, each one of them did it, but I feel like that we also had the statement that it would save money in reference to repairs and all this, but that's a budget aspect of it, and I agree with the judge that he said we probably wouldn't find this on down, as far as the savings till later on. But on the other hand, if you're going to use it, pay for it. So it ought to come from that budget of whatever commissioner decided to go that route.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that because what we've done is all the other departments, their budgets are not, they're still getting basically the same budget they had last year, and Fund 10 is going to fund them for their lease payments on the vehicles. So we're not asking them not to spend money to pay for their vehicles. So why are the commissioners thinking that they're different from every other department?
Because the commissioners are on an equal platform versus the other departments. And so if you give one commissioner, that's the same way as we've decided on our tax rate. We changed our tax rate last year to be equal amongst all four precincts, correct?
Right.
And so if I run 3 vehicles and I'm spending $500 a year, why should I be punished for doing that versus spending $70,000 for rental vehicles?
I don't know. I don't see that being punished.
Well, someone, if you're going to pay for someone else, you're giving them an extra $70,000 or $69,000 to pay for their rental vehicles. Why can't precinct 1 get that for their road budget?
Well, I guess I can make the same argument back to you that why is it fair that you're buying a whole bunch of new vehicles now and our new road maintainers and all, and Randy's sitting over there and can't get any new equipment because he don't have the money to buy.
Because this goes back to the key fact that I've maintained since I've been a commissioner, and I've told the previous commissioner, Precinct 2, in budget time, we as commissioners set the budget. We're the budget authorities. Mm-hmm. It is my understanding that to be a good example to the rest of the elected officials, the rest of the departments, you should maintain your budget within that budget. And so if you accumulate, if you don't overspend and you accumulate enough money, you can buy new equipment on occasion, but not constantly. And if you look at the equipment that I've purchased over I haven't, until this year, we haven't bought but 1 or 2 pieces of equipment. And Commissioner Thornton didn't go out and buy a whole new fleet of equipment at one time. And it's accumulated cash over the time period. And so, granted, you have to have good equipment to work on. So our expenditures on repairs have gotten to that point where we had to have some different equipment. Trucks, a grader. We actually bought 2 graders. And so that's why we've been able to, but it's by budget management, not by robbing from the general fund or because you run out of money. Well, so if we set precedents by every time we get short of money going to the general fund to take out $250,000, which are $1 million at a pop, I mean, it doesn't take long to run through the general fund. And so my my thinking is, I mean, if we're gonna pay for somebody's management out of the general fund, we should evenly distribute the same amount of money to every precinct.
Well, again, I can make the argument back that Randy's made it with the court before, that he collects the most revenue from taxpayers out of his precinct, and he has the most traffic on his roads, and he's being shortchanged because he gets the same amount of money as y'all do. So how's that fair? So now,
would also-
if we're gonna have some kind of parity, we need to have parity all the way across the board somehow then.
Right.
I mean, and this court voted to go with Enterprise because we had a fleet who was 18 and a half years old. We had high bills for repairs and higher use of fuel, and we had a safety concern with the vehicles not being the safest vehicles on the road. And this court voted to go with Enterprise and get new fleets out there so our people were better protected. And at some point down the road, we're gonna save a lot of money. We're not saving any money up front, and why we were talking about funding part of it out of our fund balance was simple for the fact that all our vehicles had no value.
Right.
But in 4 years from now, when those vehicles are traded in, if we choose to do them, then they're gonna have a lot of value, and then our payments are gonna go down at that point in time, and we're not gonna spend as much money. But it's a cheaper way for us to go than going and trying to buy a whole new fleet for everybody.
Well,
At one time, this made it affordable for
Right.
us, and we voted on it. And if we were gonna have this discussion, I wish we'd had the discussion at that point in time.
Well, I sit right here and talked to Jennifer and told her that I wouldn't do but maybe one truck, maybe two, because it's not feasible for me who we use a truck for. We're using 5,000 miles every 2 years to justify $600, $800, $700 a month for a truck to sit there in the shop. I mean, my guys are on graders and trucks hauling rock. They're not driving pickup trucks around, and so. I mean, it's justified, and that whenever we voted on it that day, and I agree for other departments that it was very, very feasible. But as far as the mileage that Precinct 1 uses a pickup truck other than the foreman's truck, that's why. I mean, I in court, that's why I told her that's what I would do.
We did that agreement, if I may, with the stipulation that basically that those that are allowed to go into it and desire to, it would be taken and paid for out of their budget. And basically there were those that didn't choose to, as commissioners, and to put this in there because it didn't think that it would meet their needs. On the other hand, basically I have bought 2 brand new vehicles since 2001, with the exception, I'm talking about pickups, with the exception of 4 years that I was not a commissioner. And in fact, we still have those 2 vehicles. So it didn't meet my needs, but on the other hand, I'm still gonna have to probably buy some more pickups at the time because I would think that it would be not feasible nor for me to lease a bunch of vehicles and pay up to whatever the cost is. I think it's 69,000 or something like that. Okay, but that's to me. But on the other hand, I think that we would need some monies in reference to it to replace a vehicle, but not by rent, because there's no way I'm going to lease 5, 6, or whatever vehicles I have at one time because I don't think they're needed. I do think that it ought to be paid out of the person that has took the decided or action to lease these vehicles. And I don't think that the other commissioners that decided not to, I think that they should be given monies appropriately to where if they did decide to buy one, in which you're going to say, well, that's equipment line item, in order to do so. So I chose not to. I felt that it would be better to serve my area that I didn't. But I agree. Well, what did it hurt? Well, it hurt because basically if I do buy equipment, I'm going to have to go into equipment and pay for it, whether it's a truck. I'm not planning on buying a truck this year. I bought one last year. So I do agree in that aspect.
May I interject to try to do some clarification? First of all, in the current fiscal year, when Hunt County entered into the enterprise agreement, my understanding was because people already had their budgets in place, that any expenditure related to enterprise would ultimately come from capital improvement, and that's why we
Or
made the
contingency,
transfer.
or somewhere out of the budget.
Somewhere in the budget. Secondly, my understanding is that was for the year of the purchase because people had already done their budgets. But then in future years, the expenditure for the enterprise would come out of each individual's budget. That way, when we're looking at 4 commissioners, that still creates the equality that we're trying to keep between everybody. And if one commissioner has enterprise coming out of his and the others do not, they still have the money that they can use to save up or whatever for whatever equipment needs that they have, but they're still getting the same amount of money each year for their expenditures. It's just one has chosen enterprise and 3 others or 2 others or whatever y'all decide did not choose enterprise. But I'm trying to clarify the issue that one commissioner does have enterprise in his budget for this coming year.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to clarify that right now.
Okay.
Okay, and I agree with your clarification in reference to that. It was said that it would go under contingency for that first year.
Yes, sir.
So I have no problem in reference to this, what was it, 24,283. I have no problem in letting it be paid out of there. Okay, but from this point on, it would be from the budget of the person that leased it, just like if I go lease a tractor or something like that, which I don't do because I'd rather own it, but it would come out of that budget, and everything being equal, then that person would have to eat that expense along with the others. So I would agree with what you said. So in actuality, on the 24,283 in reference to this amendment, I would say that we need to stick with what we did, but realizing the next budget is basically it's that commissioner's money.
I'm gonna make one comment, Philip, or a
Yes,
correction
sir.
of something you said. These are not rent vehicles. We own these vehicles. It is creative financing. Just because it's going through enterprise rental does not mean they're a rental vehicle. At the end of the
I
lease,
apologize
we
for
still
that.
own them. They're owned just like you go to the bank and borrow the money and pay for them. They're owned by us, and we're obligated to make the payments.
Good.
And at the end of the 4-year agreement with them, we either have to sell the vehicle and pay the difference of what we owe enterprise for the total purchase price of it, or we have to sign up a new payment plan with them and continue to pay for the remainder of the vehicle. We are responsible for them and liable for them. They're in no way or form, shape, color, any way are they a rent car. They're not a rent vehicle.
And I apologize
Okay.
for the term rent, that's
Right.
me. Understand this, that the leasing or the ownership, part owner, whatever we're doing, basically, we do pay the insurance in reference to all this.
We do everything.
Yes,
They're
and
ours.
we do that
We
for our
own them.
own, so.
They're just
but-
financed.
But I would say in reference to this, what was said, I believe that this capital improvement
Randy, do you have a comment?
Yes.
Yes.
Was you through, Philip?
yes,
Okay. I was just gonna say, I'm the only commissioner in this court that voted against budget, or enterprise, I'm sorry, enterprise rental, because I don't think it's a good deal. Now, I may be proven wrong in 4 years from now, but, the fact is, I need more employees to make my precinct more efficient because of the people that I have in there, beating these roads down. Well, y'all tell me, if I wanna hire more people, take it out of your material budget. Well, if that's the case, if he wants new trucks, which doesn't make that county any better, improve any better, he should just come out of his budget, not come out of mine, or I should get equal, or I should have the county furnish me or allow me to have 2 or 3 more employees. and not come out of my material budget. So there's a difference there.
Well, I'll disagree with that too. I mean, all the other departments this year, we did not ask them to go and cut their budgets to pay for their enterprise car payments or truck payments, whatever they bought. Every one of them are still getting the same basically needs that they had prior to getting the enterprise. You know, again, like I said earlier, we were trying to get safer vehicles, more efficient vehicles, and not have the repairs that we had, and get away from 18-and-a-half-year-old vehicles on the roads that I feel and still feel today are a liability. And I think that, you know, y'all say y'all don't drive them a whole lot and all, and maybe y'all are really safe, but I think you're creating, some of you are creating a hazard if you're driving a 20-year-old truck around and it doesn't have all of the new safety equipment on it, and they're not constructed in the safest manner as they are today. I think that's not necessarily the best way to look at it, in my opinion. And I don't like all of this. You know, we're acting like a bunch of kids sitting up here about it's not fair to me, it's not fair to this, it's not fair to that. I mean, we can make arguments with that all day long. I've already made it with, you know, Randy's probably the one that's the most unfair, because he gets the same as everybody else. So let's get out of this name and, you know, saying it's not fair to me because I don't get the same amount of money as somebody else did. You know, I want to do what's right for the taxpayers of this county, and that's what I'm here to do. And I think that when we voted to go to enterprise, it was a business decision of the county for everybody to go to enterprise so that we had a better fleet out there and a safer fleet for our employees. And that I think we made a commitment that through this first cycle of vehicles, we were going to fund it out of our Fund 10 balance. And that's what we've done with all the other departments. So it's y'all's, I entertain a motion
Your Honor.
either direction, however y'all want to do it.
Your Honor, I'll make a motion in reference to this amendment to be included with the other parts of this. And I'll make a motion that we approve the budget amendments as such, but understanding that we've moved on to this next area where this will be coming from the budget of whatever precinct.
Well, we had the rest of the
that it has.
discussion during the budget hearings.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a motion to
Second.
approve the budget minute as stated.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion to approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Any other comments from the public we need to address?
No, we got one question and answer, and we said thank you.
Okay. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session. Heather, do you know anything that we need to discuss? You have nothing? Okay, we'll need to go in executive session under action item number 1. Under just action item number 1. Or number 1 under. Got a motion and a second to go in executive session under number 1. It's 11:16 and we'll now go into executive session. just a second. It's 11:49. We're back in regular session. We good, Gabe?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any business before the court? Not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 11:49. Thank. Uh-oh. We're